Good evening, good evening. One lady, and all the friends. Raghavan's daughter also is a lady, of course. Yeah. Good, you've been conducting yourselves very well, doing all the announcements. And I didn't really expect this surprise of our good friend Palanivir's wife was here, and such a nice speech that she gave. Not only Indralingam, I also shared the room with Dato Palanivir for a year. And I think we did talk a lot of nonsense during those periods. Yeah, yeah. Generally, I think everybody has already said, I will be just merely repeating. It was such a great period, that 4 years I spent together with many others who spent 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And my contemporaries were like people like Medik Maniyam, Ashok Kumaran, Bala Yudam, Masila Mani, of course, we have to say Mr. because S.V. Muthu was a few years senior to us. He was also known by many other nicknames, which at this point I cannot use because he no longer resembles the descriptions. He's a very much mellowed and very much calmer sort of man. But at that time, when we first entered the university, he was a very frightening figure. And we would never have imagined, not only while we were in the university, but even several years after that, when there was not much contact between us, when we all started our working life, and then we started our family life and personal life, and we did not get chance to see people, the colleagues that often. And during that period, we wouldn't have thought that there will be a time when we have already completed our duties as a family man, husband, and parents, and the children have all grown up to become parents themselves, and here we are, at this age of past 70, past 60, sitting down and having this kind of enjoyable session. It was completely unimaginable. We never thought this would happen. And this happening now is alone good enough happiness, good enough reward for us. Whom do we thank for this? And while we are just enjoying with drinks and food, we have the younger members of this PPN group as personified by people like Ravindran Raghavan, who I knew him earlier as a guy who wrote a story about his life. The book was entitled Malabar to Malaya. Am I correct, Raghavan? Malabar to Malaya. Yeah, you wrote that, and a friend gave it to me and I read, and I said, hey, there's another guy from Kluang. He's in the 80s, and he is such a young age, he has already started recounting his experience. I read that book. So I knew him much earlier as a man who is a bit interested in putting words into writing. And then when I saw in this WhatsApp group, and this group became very popular, he has undertaken the task of writing about consolidating these experiences we, several hundreds of us had in PPN Hostel. That was such an undertaking, and he has completed almost single-handedly with a lot of help from many of us, of course. But still, it is such a big project, and the culmination of it is tonight, this afternoon, and we are so happy to be here. And I think many words of congratulations have been told. I don't need to ask for another applause for him. I think what he has done is very clear to all of us, and that's a great feat. So when he said there are many others speaking, could you also say a few words? I think these are the few words that I would like to say, gentlemen and lady. Thank you very much, Ravin, for giving me this opportunity. And I think this book will be a big treasure in our bookshelves. There is one saying that goes like this: who is a lucky child in the family? Who is a lucky child generally when a child is growing up? A lucky child is one who has got loving parents and who lives in a home with a cupboard full of books. Now, we hope that we have brought up children like that with a love for books, and we do not suffer this kind of poverty of learning. This book is another addition in that effort, and I'm very grateful about that. And thank you, Sir Raghavan, and thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. Thank you.
Thank you. The next